The world has changed.
I feel it in the water.
I feel it in the earth.
I smell it in the air. Much that once was is lost, for none now live who remember it. It began with me, Scott, and Ben having the idea to do... kept it together for as long as we could.
It began with Iron Man, actually.
Yeah, it began with Iron Man, sorry. It began with the forging of the...
Iron suit.
Free were given... No, that doesn't work. Okay, sorry. In case you haven't realised, we're doing Lord of the Rings. Which is why we had a special opening for a change, which is not something we usually do.
No, feel privileged.
We're nowhere near creative enough for that.
No, and it's only taken, a dozen episodes to get this far to have a special opening. Well, so, yes, today...
Don't expect a lot more.
So today, we are asking ourselves, what if we were in the Lord of the Rings universe? And to be focused, we are only talking about the Lord of the Rings trilogy, done in 2001, 2 and 3, I believe it was.
Yes.
Wait. We're not doing The Hobbit. We're not doing Rings of Power. We might reference them. So spoiler alerts... And that's the only time I'm going to say that. Only time any of us are going to do that. Otherwise,
no promises.
No promises. Oh, dear. So we'll dip into it. But spoiler alerts for the Lord of the Rings and Rings of Power and The Hobbit. But if you haven't seen these already, what's wrong with you? Well, get an Amazon Prime account. Amazon Prime, please support us.
Yes, please sponsor us. Other streaming services are available.
Yeah.
Suck it.
Unless
it's been a few weeks. I'm rusty, man.
Yeah. Couldn't get in there quick enough to stuff it. Oh well.
But yes, go watch The Lord of the Rings.
Later, Ben, I'll tap you on the shoulder and go, "Psst, hey buddy, now's the time to jump in before Scott gets in."
So Lord of the Rings isn't actually on Amazon Prime, you have to buy them.
You do?
Yes.
However, it is worth it.
Sorry, just before we get into the actual meat and potatoes of this episode, you're telling me that Lord of the Rings spent £1 billion on Rings of Power,
and they don't have the rights to the actual trilogy.
That is exactly what I'm telling you.
That's so weird. It's like if they hadn't bought the rights to it, they should have called it
Sort it out, Bezos.
The Zings of Power, and just changed all the words slightly or something. I don't know.
It's a necklace now.
Because it seems like some sibling has got it and is doing this. It's like, I'm making something in your universe, but you can't stop me. So anyway, if you don't know, it's been a while since we've done a What If episode.
Whose fault was that?
It was mine.
Scott's.
Wow, Ben.
I've already taken responsibility. If you haven't,
we can cut that bit.
This episode we're not really going to have a good bad person today because we decided just to come up with a load of ideas for what we would do.
As it's such a big trilogy.
Yeah, if we were thrown into the Lord of the Rings thing, but for the sake of symmetry, Scott today is going to be on the screen. You'll see his avatar today is Samwise Gamgee. I think we all agreed the true hero of Lord of the Rings. Without him, nothing. The ring would have ended up with Sauron, like one way or the other.
However, I would like to cut Frodo a little bit of slack because, he's carrying this ring that is the literal embodiment of evil in the entire universe, and Gandalf can't get close enough to it because it would corrupt him. So I think we could cut him a little bit.
He did carry it 95% of the way.
I was thinking that, people do say that without Sam, nothing. I think it's fair to say that's true, absolutely true. Yeah. But if Sam had if you said, if Frodo's no good, Sam, you carry it all the way from Rivendell to there. He goes, Sam probably would have done that, but he would have needed his own Sam to help him that little 5% of the way at the end. And then conversely, if you gave it to that second Sam, you'd have to keep going. Every hobbit who takes it needs a good partner to go with them to just help them at that little 95%. Or actually, you just need that little Gollum to help you at the. You need
to tackle into the fire.
That's what you need.
That's true.
So Gollum is Gollum the hero? Is Gollum no, because he didn't mean to do it. He didn't.
No.
Also, can we point out the fact that Sam carries Frodo on his back with the ring? Which means that the ring doesn't understand transfer. So just tie it to a mouse and carry that.
We've heard this, but the thing is, know what would happen at the end. You'd get the mouse out of the box,
and the mouse would run away.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that the ring was so powerful that even if you took it off the mouse to throw it into right then, it would corrupt you almost instantaneously.
Why didn't he just carry it in a backpack?
True.
Also, if you gave it to the mouse, the ring would have to shrink to the
So
size of a mouse ring.
Are we just ignoring
and then you wouldn't be able to see it. It'll be so small on the mouse, little tiny fingers. How would you get it off? You'd have Frodo on the lip of Mount Doom trying to get like a pair of tweezers, trying to tweeze it off the mouse. Plus, the mouse is invisible. You didn't think this through, Ben. You can't just
invisible.
Duct tape doesn't exist, so you can't duct tape it to it.
But backpacks do.
And even the mouse would be corrupted. Can you imagine an invisible, all-powerful mouse? Actually, if you couldn't get
how
to
the plague started.
Sorry?
That's how the plague started.
No, that's a rat.
That's fleas.
Same thing.
Whatever.
Mm.
What was your thing, Scott? You had a hand up.
Backpacks. You carry a backpack. The ring doesn't know, so how just carry a backpack?
Well, the thing is, it's on a necklace, so it's still new. If it's being carried by something else, like it's hanging onto something else in order to carry it, the ring still knows and it still gets heavy. So your backpack would just be really heavy, and Frodo would be dragging this backpack like a child who's joined the army and trying to do the basic training kind of situation. So no, I don't think that would work either.
What a stupid suggestion, I apologise. This ring is far too powerful, it's so good.
I think Tolkien
knew what he was doing.
At least I hope. I think there's an interview of him actually saying, like, to someone who asked like the question, why don't the eagles just fly it to Mount Doom? I think he like told them just to get lost. I think there's that interview. If I find it from between now when I edit this whole video together, I'll include it now. If not, I didn't find it, or I forgot to find it, or couldn't be bothered. It's one of those three.
But then, if they had used the eagles, wouldn't Sauron have just seen them because they're so huge and then just shot them down?
What I thought.
Very easily.
There's 9 fell beasts. We only see five. What are they called again? Eagles at any time. So I don't believe that would have worked.
No.
Plus, I believe like that eye has a sort of laser beam like quality to it.
You're
So you would
Yeah, but as we know, you just need to diversion. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Awkward silence.
Awkward silence.
So, what did we think of the film?
Oh, can I just point out something of a meme that I came across this week?
Sure, why not?
Have you seen the meme of like Sean Bean going, "You can't." One cannot simply walk into Mordor, and then it shows a picture of spoiler alert, main spoiler alert for Lord Rings of Power.
You said you can't do that.
I need to do it because this is a big spoiler of Sauron's character walking into Mordor, and Sean Bean going,
That's pretty good.
Oh, it's brilliant. So the meme quality of humanity is really up there. It will save us in the end.
It will.
It won't.
Memes
We're already saved.
Biden shows Putin a meme of Lord of the Rings.
A peace will reign above the earth.
If only that were true.
Right. I'm not even going to go over how this goes. We just did Samwise. So obviously, even though we're not doing Good and Evil's Day, Ben will be represented by, I think, the true bad guy of Lord of the Rings.
Well,
which
wasn't
is
that a tangent?
The Ring.
That was a big tangent. The Ring. The One Ring is, I think, the main bad guy. I mean, there's lots of bad guys. There's Denethor.
Well, technically, it's the guy who forged it as a bad guy.
Yeah, but he's not really in it, is he?
It's literally his
That's
Horcrux.
not my problem if he's in it or not.
Sorry?
This ring is literally Sauron's Horcrux.
Also, I realised something. Do you know the Galadriel opening we did at the beginning of this video?
Yes.
It says that she says that he poured his malice, his cruelty, and his will to dominate all life into this ring. Well, doesn't that mean that Sauron has lost those quite a good guy? So as soon as he had the ring, he goes, what am I doing? I don't want to do this. I've lost my cruelty and my malice and my will to dominate all life. Then he chucks the ring into the... Is there like a video as well of Sauron forging the ring? Because in the video, he holds it up and you can see him holding a knife.
Yeah.
And he's holding it up. It doesn't look like it's on his finger. What if he just dropped it at that moment and fell right into the mountain?
Nope.
Oh, damn it! Damn it! He would have died straight away. Oh well.
And he's wearing that big heavy armour, so like that can't really be
with tiny eye holes. So
I'm trying to breathe in a volcano right now.
I'm not sure that he actually looks like a human. Like I was pretty sure that Sauron is something else entirely.
Yeah. I was expecting something.
But as we learned from Lord of the Rings,
maybe a really big elf.
A poor human lost at sea.
Yeah. That seemed like a long way to go just to get to someone else and forge 3 ring. I suppose he didn't know that. He just took advantage of it, maybe.
How many rings were actually forged in the entire thing? Because you've got 3, 9, and then
3 were given to the elves.
Yes.
9
the sky.
to the dwarf. No, 7 to the dwarves.
Let me do the whole thing for you.
Okay.
3 were given to the elves, wisest and fairest of all beings. 7 to the dwarf lords, great miners and craftsmen of the mountain halls. And 9 were gifted to the race of men, who above all else desire power. I love that bit. I love that intro. Cool, it's one of the best. It's one of the best intros.
So what happened to the other rings then?
Oh, hang on a second. Before we do that, I'm going to be represented by the Plantier.
Oh,
let's move on.
What another tangent.
Let's get back to this, because now I think we're in the review stage of this episode.
Sorry,
but what was your question? Sorry.
So what actually happened to the other wings? So we see one all-powerful wing, but
as soon as Sauron puts on the One Ring, the three elves take theirs off because they realise there's a problem, because that guy's now might control them.
Well, it got suddenly hot like it did in Home Alone.
Yeah, kind of like that. And the seven dwarves, some were lost into the bellies of like dragons and whatnot over time. Other times, I
thought you were going to say the dwarves got hungry and ate them.
It's like, what is that? I'm so hungry. This chunk of metal looks tasty. No, the dwarves were apparently just good enough to like say no. So like they got the ring on, and Sauron's like going, "Obey me." No. But in the Scottish accents, they all seem, or Northern accents, they almost seem to.
No one controls a dwarf.
Exactly.
Not the beard.
So they either took them off or just were never corrupted by them, and then over time they got lost. I think Sauron got his hands on one or two of them, and then the Nine just turned those guys into wraiths, and that was it.
They were the black hooded guys,
and they all became Emperor Palpatine cosplayers.
Or is Emperor Palpatine a cosplayer of them?
Yeah, we should go back. I watched Star Wars. Does he have a ring on him? And it turns out he's an escaped wraith. He got from one film franchise to the other one.
This is what happens when you don't have proper lighting to cover the hood.
Why did they wear hoods? Like they had faces.
To look cool.
It's coolness.
Yeah.
To look bad,
Make them look better. That's just personal opinion. Because they stand out. Who's that guy walking through the village in that giant cloak?
I mean, do they have?
You can't even talk.
Do they actually have faces? Because
when
only
you put
time
the ring on, you see their face.
Yeah, but or is that like the projection of what they used to look like?
I guess it was like a.
And they are now transformed into that. But when you're Sauron, you can see that.
Well, doesn't the Witch King have to put that helmet on with two eye holes and a face just to give him the impression that he has a face?
Yeah, over the top of the hood. So
so there is something underneath there. It's not like two kids in a trench coat kind of situation. It's a person of some degree. Yeah. There you go. Does that answer your question, Scott?
Sure, why not?
Cool. What else? Okay, we're in review stage. What do we think of them, Scott? What do we think of them, Scott?
I've only seen them.
It is my favourite trilogy of all time.
Yeah. I concur.
Cool.
I've only ever seen them twice, so I'm not a massive nerd like you two are about this. So if I don't speak very much, it's because I'm just letting these two do their thing.
Of nerding out on the entire trilogy. I love it. Music's good.
Yeah, the music is beautiful.
Acting's good. Looks cool. CGI stands up. 20 years later, more than 20 years.
They are about as old as I am.
Yeah.
Wow.
Does that make you feel old?
Yes. Thanks.
I
Very
wasn't born. Wait, I was born just before the third film came out.
When did you watch them then?
That December.
Oh, your dad took you to the cinema. He's got you there going, shut up, we'll watch the film.
We're getting to the good bit, baby Ben.
This is where the orc's head gets chopped off. Oh, be quiet.
This is the bit where the ring gets bitten off the guy's finger.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty strong films. Pretty good.
I think they're great.
They're beautiful.
Very long.
I rewatch them once a year as like a special ceremony.
The extended edition.
We're doing a marathon this year.
We should do all the Rings of Power, The Hobbit, and then Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
But not the extended version. I don't actually like the extended version. I don't think
it adds nothing to the
doesn't
story.
really add anything. I don't think.
I think it's the only one that I've seen the.
You have seen them,
but I'm used to the extended, so I was like, oh, why is that missing? And stuff that I enjoyed.
My real opinion is that dwarfs are just hobbits, but with Scottish accents and a bad attitude.
You don't
racist.
It's not. It's just.
What, a bad attitude?
Yeah.
I don't know. Gimli.
A real bad attitude.
Gimli's got a great attitude. He gives him his axe.
Rings of Power and The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings all show dwarves having very different personalities overall.
Maybe it just sounds like they've got a bad attitude.
Maybe it's been stuck underground the whole time.
That's true.
Like
his sunlight.
They never do that. Not vampires. I don't know. I wouldn't mind. Like dwarves, like they build the best stuff in that. Yeah. It's all underground, but they still build it.
But I do like it. It's a very good film.
Yeah.
Films.
Yeah, like
with an S.
This is the
not a
problem.
Z.
I think The Fellowship of the Ring is just my favourite film anyway. Like I could even ignore the mistakes of like the Orcs getting up at the end of the fight, checking to see are we all okay, and then he goes back down.
Does he actually?
There's this bit where Aragorn runs to Boromir as Boromir's got doing the classic Sean Bean thing of dying, and as Aragorn runs to him, and Uruk-hai literally just like gets up and sort of like goes and then puts his thing down.
Does he actually?
Yeah, it's
I've
the
never
best
noticed
thing.
that.
Yeah, now
I
you
didn't
can't
know that.
unwatch it. It's great.
Is that only in the theatrical?
I know it's in all of them,
Okay.
but it's so surprising that because it's very obvious, and you just think that Peter Jackson went, "Oh, it's been such a long day. Just keep it in," because he could have asked him, "Wait, cut." Go back, stay down, and do that again, and you would have ended up with the same dramatic scene. I think. I don't like the fact that none of the orcs have names.
What you expect?
Well, yeah.
I mean, none of the men and elves in the armies have names either.
But they're like background faceless people. But the orcs have to carry certain scenes, like the one who's been to a restaurant. Do you know in the Two Towers when he chops off? One of them chops off the head of another. I think it's a goblin. No, the Uruk-hai chops off the head of a.
Oh yeah, and so this meat's back on the
menu.
Yeah.
So they have restaurants in Mordor. Clearly, have you not seen
They've
this?
got McDonald's.
No.
But they must have, based on that information, or that Uruk-hai, who's probably only a few months old, because that's wow. Okay,
They're practically babies.
I just realised how dark that gets now, because if you think about it, yeah, all those Uruk-hai from Isengard were literally created because the whole journey for Frodo is 13 months. So
true.
they can only be a couple of months old. How old are you? I haven't even had a year yet.
About 2 minutes.
That's what that. So why has he been to a restaurant? Never mind. Either way, they know about restaurants. So they're people, and it feels like they should have given some names. They should. One of them should have.
What you reckon?
Like, what are you talking?
Bob.
Yeah, Bob. They should have had really simple.
Derek, can you pass that sword, please?
But I don't know. I even like the orcs in the show. I like what Rings of Power did, which is slightly maybe human. I say humanizing, orcicizing them a bit by giving them a little bit more personality and obviously want and need for themselves, since they are PTSD elves basically. So.
Honey, where's my orc armour?
I don't think. Actually, there should be orc women because
they don't really reproduce, do they?
Well, they breed, and
do they?
And they were elves, so presumably they have the same biological situation. They said they just look different to elves.
So, okay.
But it's like the Lord of the Rings. Never showed a female dwarf.
Another reason why Sauron is a good guy.
Later, Ben. We'll get to that later. You have to wait. We'll wing it. Keep that thought in your head, and we'll get to that later. Spoiler alert! But there we go.
You said we can't do that anymore. Stop it, you.
I'm doing it unironically.
It's a reference to the conversation we're just having.
Very well.
You stop.
Anyway,
Stop.
I'll stop. Okay, so
Spoiler alert!
How could it have been better? Do you think?
It couldn't have been better.
You don't think so?
No. I never feel the length.
Neither do I.
And I enjoy the scenery. The music is beautiful, and the fighting and everything is perfect.
One of my favourite scenes is when in the Ride of Rohirrim. That's my favourite scene, and even a little bit into it where Éomer just like puts his arm out and some guy next to him just gives him a spear and then he continues riding.
That's true.
It stands out, and I kind of get it. Like I thought, you hold that for me because I'm the main horse leader. Whatever that is, and then he just goes, "Now I can have it," and he gets given it. But it's such a weird scene when it happens.
Or what happens is some guy's lifting his spear up to throw it, and he goes, "Who stole that?"
Oh yeah, I never thought that. Maybe he stole it because his hand goes off screen first. Yeah. So maybe it's like some guys go, "Well, I'm loving this. I'm so glad to be invited," and then
he actually ends up, and then he's like, "Look, give it back,"
and
he drags it back.
Never noticed. Yeah, that's true, Scott. You might be right. He might have stole that thing.
Here we go. Look at me. I'm so cool. What?
And that guy got killed because he didn't have a weapon.
Yeah. Just go. Yeah, that's his mine now, buddy.
But that is the best scene. I love that scene so much.
I can't think of what the best scene is.
I do like when.
There's so many good ones.
Is it not Éowyn? Arwen? Who's the female horse sort of princess / Éowyn. Éowyn. Sorry, I did get it right. Éowyn Arwen. Yeah. Tolkien didn't do well with syllables, changing syllables, did he? I like when she stabs the Witch King. Back to that thing about you saying, do they have a face under there? You kind of wish you could see that face. It's like it goes, no man can kill me. And no, I never meet anyone else but men on battlefields. Oh no!
That's true. They could have doubled their squadron size if they just let females in.
Yeah. I mean, the Witch Kings would have had to stay away from battles if they just had women with swords. So.
And I think Lord of the Rings has the most iconic piece of film history ever. Of just, you shall not pass!
Oh yeah, about that scene, how does Gollum follow them after that?
Yeah,
because that's the only bridge, and there's a huge gap that a Balrog falls down it.
There's this little bit that you don't see.
He scuttles under his robe. And
as the Balrog falls, Gollum does, and if you just imagine
Gollum does like a parkour kind of
he
thing.
jumps on the Balrog and then off the Balrog, skirts under Gandalf and off the thing, and no one really notices it. And there's this little Mario jump sound you can hear as he does it. I don't know. That seems like a plot hole. There must have been another bridge. You don't just have one. And by the way, I know we were bigging up dwarves earlier. Who builds a bridge like that?
Yeah, like with no support underneath.
No rope, so thin that, like, if you're running away from a Balrog, which I think the dwarves had to do, their only means was to go single file over this bridge. No wonder very few made it out.
It's like a school fire. It's like single file, no running.
There's a flaming big flame thing back here.
You're running, just a lifeguard. So, no running.
There must have been another bridge.
Or maybe a tunnel.
Maybe Gollum just went back all the way out and just then climbed the mountain over it.
He actually went over the mountains, yeah.
Well, we know he's inside it because he does.
Yeah, he saw them and then went, oh.
Yeah, and then
I'll go back.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with this.
Or Gollum is secretly
Where'd that old guy go?
What old guy?
Gandalf.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, but I don't think of him like as old because he's the wizard.
He's literally like 3,000 years old.
But he's like an angel, really. So you can't call him old.
I think I can.
Very well, he's old.
Okay.
I think we've reviewed this. I think I give it like a 9.7.
Why not a 9.8?
Well, the thing is, I do. There's little plot holes like that, and occasional mistakes of that I can spot, and sometimes it takes you out of it for a second.
Do you know what a really interesting scene is? Is when, I can't remember what his name was, kicks that helmet and he breaks his toe and he screams out in pain, but everyone thought it was just screaming because he could.
Fun fact.
He broke his,
in the Riders of Rohan,
yeah,
in New Zealand, there weren't enough men that knew how to ride horses.
Really?
So they got women and put beards on them. and so to get the numbers.
Fun fact, all the orc, chanting that you sometimes get was all done.
Cricket stadium.
Yeah, he went there and just said, "Can you just say these words that in black speech, which is the language of the orcs in there?" And yeah, it's a great way. There's all these different ways they filmed it, which are amazing.
Ben's fact reminds me of that scene from Life of Brian. Are there any women here? He's like, no.
And they're all gone.
Yeah. Are there any women here at this stone? No.
There's another tangent, but no, don't say tangent control just yet because it's a good one. There's a Terry Pratchett book called The Monstrous Regiment of Women, and where a woman does a Mulan and dresses herself up as a man to join the army to find her brother. But at the end of the book, this is in her own regiment. All of them are women doing the exact same thing, all hiding it. And then they get to this country seems to have a problem with this. Well, that's not a problem. It's just that the army doesn't seem to realise it. The entire this soldier gets in front of the entire army echelon, the command structure at the top, and they're all women who have done the exact same thing. And it seems like this whole it's a great story, and I almost wish that had been something more about Lord of the Rings now. Theoden takes off his bit, Gandalf's like, this is fake.
A tangent on your tangent.
Yes.
It's a bit like that meme where two undercover police officers going as a drug dealer and a drug buyer. It's like, put your hands up. But they're both undercover police officers.
They're both undercover police officers.
Tangent control.
And we're back. Okay.
What we're doing? What we're talking about?
I said 9.7. What did you say?
I will give it a 10 because I've never been taken out of it, and I'm quite good at just missing tiny plot holes. So, yeah.
Scott?
I'll give it an 8.
Give it an 8.
Weirdo.
You're weirdo.
No.
He just can't get into it like other people can.
No, it's just because I think I've got. I love him. Just I think I don't know enough information about it.
I've never seen a better There are good fantasy films for sure, but I've never seen anything that made me feel as good as watching Lord of the Rings.
It is very well produced.
like even like Game of Thrones isn't trying to be Lord of the Rings. It's trying to be a bit opposite to Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
But I still don't feel great about watching Game of Thrones, as good as it is, and House of the Dragon. Like, there's an old film that you guys might have not seen called... It's called Legion?
No.
I think it's called Legion. Tim Curry and... No, Legend. Legend, sorry. That's a really good fantasy film.
Okay.
But it, again, doesn't hold up to... Lord of the Rings is better. I've never seen anything quite like it. It seems to get... It gets magic... Like, Harry Potter is, like... terrible compared to Lord of the Rings. It just doesn't. The magic just doesn't work as well in Harry Potter as it does in Lord of the Rings. If you ask me,
I don't really understand Gandalf's magic.
No,
I mean, what does it actually do?
It is quite. It's not really defined what it is or what he can do, but it's you can tell that he can he can control some things, but it's not used enough that you have to query. Oh, how's that work?
I suppose he's not overpowered though, is he?
No.
But take this for example. We just finished watching Rings of Power. Sorry, and Isildur is in it. Who's the guy who takes the ring? But in Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King, Isildur curses the men of the mountain who become that army of ghosts. And you think about it, we've gone from Rings of Power, where we saw Isildur being kind of an idiot, and we know he becomes a powerful prince, I guess you'd say, and then he's able to curse an entire people. So along the way, like, I think the magic is somewhat subtle yet incredibly powerful in Lord of the Rings. That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
It's like all the elves are immortal, and
all the kings in Lord of the Rings, apart from that one in, I want to say Rohan, are just idiots.
I mean, Theoden is a bit of an idiot as well.
Is he?
Well, he's not an idiot, but he does lead his people basically to their death if it weren't for the elves.
Yeah, for the elves and Theoden.
But yeah,
Emmett.
But yeah, my favourite scene is probably thinking of it now is when he lights his torch and all the other torches line up, and then he's like, oh, Gondor needs help. Let's go.
How often do you think it comes up though? Because if you think about it, there's a lot of high mountains above clouds, and you just picture all those guys up there, like, when are we getting replaced? And then if they burn it, they have to go all the way back down and carry up all those logs again. Yeah. And it what a task!
And like, if any fog sets in, is there a beacon? I can't see.
I mean, you could just put it along the ground, and you just do more of them, and it'll be easier to keep them going. I feel.
True, but anyway, should we get?
Yeah, let's get into the thing
because this could be.
That's a good review. Okay, yes. Yeah, but it is Lord of the Rings, so going on a bit longer is part of the course. Okay. But guys, what would you do if I threw you into the Lord of the Rings universe? And I'm throwing you right at the moment where, so you can go anywhere, but it's when Frodo is sitting under that tree reading a book and then goes and finds Gandalf. So we're not starting in the Hobbit bit. I'm definitely not starting 3,000 years ago when the rings were forged. We're starting right where the adventure begins in Lord of the Rings after the title credits, I guess. So, what would you do if you were thrown into the Lord of the Rings, Ben?
I think that Scott should take it away because he's got his notes up on his phone.
I do,
go on then, Scott.
But they're all really stupid and idiotic. But I think that's.
We'll try the first one. Let's see how this goes.
This is what this podcast is. Do you want me to? I'll go really stupid.
This podcast is not stupid. It is. Okay, it is.
So but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't watch it.
Yes, or listen to it, or support it.
Yeah, sponsor us. But anyway, I'm going to start with my most ridiculous one, and that's to build a massive can of pepper spray.
What?
So you just need to sneak up to the Isle of Sauron.
Oh,
and you can't see nothing.
Okay, that is okay. Your idea is perhaps it's fundamentally flawed. Well, for one thing, how are you going to get this pepper spray up through Barad-dûr?
That's not my problem.
I think it is your problem.
Yes, it is.
Because there's like thousands of orcs in that fortress, and you'd have to climb to the top.
One does not simply walk into Mordor.
Yeah, like how are you really going to do this?
I'll build a massive, really long pepper grinder to put it over the walls like that.
That's not going to work either.
It is.
No, it's not.
It's not. I can't.
There's a lot of gravity and...
the leverage idea. You'd have to build, however far it goes away from where you're standing, you'd have to go equally far the other side.
You build me a strong enough level, I'll move this earth.
I bring you if you build me a long enough pepper grinder, I will irritate. Yeah, all you're doing is irritating the eye.
Also, the eye is literal fire. I'm not sure how pepper spray is going to work.
Exactly. I don't think it's going to do anything.
But anyway, so my second idea is...
that was the third idea, wasn't it?
Was it?
This is the third idea.
That's true. You said pepper spray,
pepper spray and pepper
grinder. What's the next pepper?
My third idea. It's not pepper.
Okay, good.
It's a tank. I've got 13 months to build the resources to build a massive tank. They've got bows and arrows. I'll just build a massive tank.
So do you realise what's involved in building a tank, right?
Yeah, sure, why not?
First off, oil for the engine.
They built an all-powerful wing. I can build a tank.
Are you saying you can build the tank out of magic?
No, I'm just saying I could build that.
Gandalf, let's put your stick in this.
Well, Gandalf can control fire, so presumably he can. No, I just don't see why this would be. I don't even see you doing that. I don't see you building a model car or a model tank, to be honest.
We're really running down my list now. But anyway, so you know how it takes like what 10, 13 months to get there?
Yeah.
Shrek montage. In that
what?
You know in Shrek.
What, to build the tank you're gonna have a
No,
montage?
no. But to get there.
What,
to get there,
on my way?
Yeah.
To
get there.
So
to get there quicker.
Now, you do realise you're in the universes with your real person.
Well,
you can't just have this Blink. Is it Blink 182?
I don't remember.
I can't remember. No, they're the beginning thing. I know. I think I know the song you mean.
Shrek montage.
I don't understand what you're doing though.
No, I'm just getting there quicker.
No, that unless you're
That's
you're saying
making
there's
it
some
seem
magic.
quicker, but it's not actually getting there quicker.
A montage, yes, a montage is still the same amount of time it would take.
Fine, okay. Here's
also, it doesn't work. You're inside the universe. There's no magic that just skips things.
Okay. So here's my real idea now.
Oh, good. We're finally here.
Wow. I mean, you've destroyed my other two, so let's see why this one's going to work.
Anyway. I've got 4, actually, I think.
4, yeah. In fact, I've got... Yeah, this is... So I joined the Fellowship of the Rings.
How?
I don't know, just because I can.
You can just say,
have to
I give
through.
you my sword.
Oh, so you just wander into the meeting and you crouch at the back.
I saw like
and my axe and my sword. Who are you?
Well, I know the path they're taking, so I just joined them.
Yeah,
I was like, oh yeah, I'm on your quest now.
You seen?
I think this is not a bad idea.
No.
Given the 4 other ones he's come up with, well done.
Yeah, you could be like a substitute for Gollum and be like, oh, I can show you the way.
That's true.
That's true. He could. He could go
Just
to more.
like sneak up behind Gollum.
So he knows where Gollum is. He's in Moria. So he just peeks out the shadows, and Gollum's there going, my back. No, chloroform. We don't have to kill Gollum. It's like, my back. And he's down, and you just wander up to Gandalf and Frodo talking about smells and whatnot, and then you go, hi, I know where you need to go. That way. Do you know why? Because it doesn't smell so bad. Think about it, Gandalf. You've known this for thousands of years.
See, I joined the Fellowship.
He could. I think he could get into the Fellowship.
Yes.
Even if you were just on the path, and you just say,
and you don't seem threatening.
And if you're like, here's second breakfast, and just as they're walking by, they'll sit down and join you, and then they'll be fine. And then. Yeah. Or you just show up on Weathertop and help defeat them, and then move on with your. Then can I come with you? I've got nothing going on.
My weekend's looking pretty free.
Yeah, I mean, like Gimli and Legolas are quite random, and Boromir are quite random joins to the team, really, in some ways. So if you could, I think you could manipulate way onto the team. Like you just go.
I'm from Rohan. You don't have one of those.
Tell you what you do. You go round the back of Moria, and you build a second bridge. A better bridge, and you go, hi guys, I'm sorry, I was just building this. Do you want to use it? Can I come with you? I got that's my job done now. You could manipulate. He could manipulate his way onto the bridge.
I don't believe that Scott could build a bridge.
True.
I could have tried.
No, you couldn't.
He could have extended the bridge that already existed.
But anyway.
Yeah, but how are they going to defeat the Balrog then?
Do you know what? You go there and you set up a giant bucket of water, and it falls on the Balrog. Because we know it can be put out with enough water.
That's true.
Or you again rebuild that bridge inside, so that falling of that. I don't know. There's many ways you could help the Fellowship getting ahead of time.
So anyway, I stop. You know when in the Fellowship when I think it's Pippin that pushes that skull down the cave and a massive orc tag summoned.
Yes.
You're down the well and you catch it.
No, what because I'm with the Fellowship. I go Pippin.
There's easier ways, Ben.
I go
Scott with his arms and legs inside the well like that. You can't see this, but pushing your hand and then catch the bucket.
But I go Pippin. Maybe don't touch that. Maybe just leave that alone.
You just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Hey you, don't do that.
I'm already...
Hey buddy, don't touch that. But the thing is, right? If he doesn't do that, then the orcs don't come after them. If the orcs don't come after them, the Balrog doesn't come after them. If the Balrog doesn't come after them, you don't get Gandalf the White.
I did think of that, and I didn't have a solution to that.
Just push Gandalf down.
It's a very small bridge. Whoops, sorry.
You will thank me in the end.
I spill my water on the floor. Oh, whoops! Sorry, Gandalf.
You
push
grease
down.
it. You're the second to last person on after Gandalf, and you grease the bridge at the last minute, or banana peel. Whoop.
Hey, what's that use? Oh, it's nothing. It's just a banana.
But then, I think you gotta let him go. You gotta let him take them. You can join the fellowship though, and you can make things easier for them as you go.
Yeah. I mean, really, what does...
I summon a massive group of beavers to break the
what magic's got?
Saruman's dam.
What beavers?
Saruman's the dam was made of stone.
I summon stone-eating beavers.
You could just tell the Ents earlier, so then Isengard doesn't really
That's
get to...
true. So, can I learn how to use TNT? Or, like, explosives? I can build
Do you
explosives.
know? Do you know what TNT is made of?
I don't know, gunpowder.
Do
you know how to make gunpowder?
We do see them build it in...
They do have bombs.
We see them.
Saruman knows how to build bombs.
And
So
we see that happen. So hypothetically, we could try and replicate it.
You can replicate it, but you, Scott, right now don't know how to make gunpowder.
Fine. Then I use my foresight.
No.
I don't know. Fine. But we learn.
Hang on a minute. And I'm just
I
trying to
didn't
think.
tell you my plan was very good.
I like where your plan is going. We just need to. I mean, I could tell you now how to make gunpowder because I know how to.
Okay, tell me.
I know the
That's
recipe.
very fishy to put on the internet. CIA, quick!
Do you know you can get atomic bomb plans from the internet in some places?
Oh,
I've never looked CIA, but I know that they're out there, and I don't go looking for
What's
them.
that in your search history?
I'm just saying that they put it out there all the time.
okay.
Anyway,
We build a nuclear warhead.
With the
because
internet.
you don't know how to do that in Lord. Plus, it doesn't do you any good. What are you going to do? Nuke Mordor?
Yeah.
How's that going to help you?
You could
No
set
more
off. You could set off Mount Doom, and that could potentially the lava
But
destroy.
you need to destroy the
tower.
One Ring, otherwise you just have to deal with this again in a few
Yeah, but
more
the lava
thousand
will
years.
be closer, and you'd only have to get.
So your plan now is to bomb Mordor with a nuclear missile, so the lava gets closer to you, so you don't have to. So all of Middle Earth is burned to a crisp, but at least it's at the edge of the Shire, and then you can throw the ring into the lava that's there. Oh, actually, that makes sense though. Presumably,
But then,
wherever the lava of do you know how Mount Doom is spitting out that fire?
yeah,
Wherever it lands, Frodo has to go up to that and throw the ring in that.
yeah.
That's true.
Does it? I don't remember it. The fires of there you go. The fires of Mount Doom. It's a loophole.
Yeah.
Wherever that fire is, you throw it in. You don't need to be in the actual volcano.
That's true.
How do the orcs from Mordor light their torches with the fires of Mount Doom? You kill an orc with the fire.
Well, that's
and
if
then
that's true. I'm pretty sure they just use flint and wood. What are they eating?
I don't know.
I'll tell
Man
you what.
flesh.
I'll tell you what.
It's true.
I-
Menus.
I dress up.
I'll have a Gondorian, please.
What about the legs?
They don't need that.
You know,
There are lots of legless people going around it's like there's tons of them in like a support group. Yeah, I met an orc and they just love legs. Poor
I'll tell you
guys.
what. I grab orc costumes for all of us so we can stroll into Mordor.
That would work. Although you can't just. He didn't say stroll. He said one not just simply walk into Mordor. So surely you can breakdance into Mordor.
Skip into Mordor.
Skip into Mordor.
What?
The whole fellowship holding hands.
Why is that a group of orcs skipping? I don't know. Well, open the gates.
Do you know how they say Mordor is inaccessible unless you go through the gate or that stairwell?
Oh yeah.
It's just a mountain range. You just climb over it,
That's true.
which the fellowship did
Ain't
multiple
no
times.
mountain high enough.
Exactly. So your plan is join the fellowship, which I think we conclude you can do.
Yeah.
You don't know how to build gunpowder, so I'm afraid you can't have the gunpowder thing, unless you can steal some from Sauron.
Or talk to Ents.
Yeah, I mean you could easily walk up to you would be trying loads of different trees. Are you a tree? Sorry, hey buddy, are you a tree? Are you a tree? You'll be talking to loads of trees. And finally, you get an Ent. And he goes, by the way, Saruman's been killing a load of trees on the edge of Isengard. Maybe you should go look into that. And then that would the Ents might take out Isengard quicker, which would save a lot of people in Rohan and 500 or so elves.
Or I skip ahead to Gondor and just go stab the king.
Oh, stab Denethor.
I'm the king now.
When he's a steward.
I'm a steward now.
I think they would
That's
kill you.
not how that works. I
Like,
think
yeah,
Boromir or
stewards
Faramir
on-
would become the steward. or
Yeah,
something.
if the stewardship is
Actually, that would probably be better anyway.
I
Faramir
start a therapy
just
session
kick,
between these two.
just kick Denethor off the throne as quickly as possible. Just make poison tomatoes and give them to him because you know that scene where that disgusting scene.
It always spits out.
That's why I give it a 9.7.
That
was not necessary. That scene you didn't have to, but it does say it really made me hate.
I poison his food with poison that mimic his food poisoning.
Oh, the food poisoning. Scott's go-to move in every single one.
Food poisoning. And it works in this case.
Okay.
So then we have more people at Gondor to protect.
I suppose if you did get rid of Denethor, Gondor would be in a better shape. And here's the thing: what you're doing is keeping more people alive, but not interfering with the main plot. So the more people, like if you can get rid of Isengard quicker, there's lots more Rohan people around.
Plus
Rohirrans, whatever.
And if you do it before like Helm's Deep, and there gets word that there's a new person in charge of Gondor, then Theoden might
you like
call out to them.
You can even light the beacons early and get more people for the Rohirrim.
And you know the village that they have, or the town they have in front of Gondor, and that river.
Osgiliath.
Yeah. Damn it.
Down the river.
Yeah. Wait, which river?
You know the river in front of the village.
And the river cuts through it like the Thames or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you're down the river, the orcs start.
While they're on it, and they're like, "Wait, hold on, why have we stopped moving?"
You know, in
the river. Okay,
Return of the King.
I'm fine with you damming the river at some point in the course of that river. But if you dam the river, you create a lake somewhere, and then they'll walk across the dry ground of the riverbed.
Yeah, but it stops attacking by sea, doesn't it?
They don't attack by sea.
They do.
Oh, you mean the Corsairs?
Yeah.
But the Corsairs are no problem anyway because the army of the dead take them out.
That's true.
I mean, I could. Yeah.
Damn it anyway.
Just damn it.
Energy.
For industry and progress, just damn it. And then let it loose when the orcs come over and they wash away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my plan. It's not very good.
You could also just tell the ghosts, look, just surround this hobbit and walk him to Mordor.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is you just don't know if the spirit of Sauron will just go into the ring right there and then. Or if Sauron has a way of getting rid of ghosts. You just don't know.
Yeah.
Here's my problem.
Yeah.
You know how Saruman can shout from the top of his thing, or anyone really? It's like, how do the people at the back know what they're saying? Just, hey, speak up! What did he say? Speak up!
So you're not talking about the bit where Saruman's on top of Isengard shouting to the weather. You're not talking about that.
No,
bit.
when he's
talking to his armies.
Oh, I see.
He can project his voice.
I think he can.
Because I mean, we can hear his voice when we're watching the Fellowship on travel through the mountains. You can hear Saruman.
Well, I thought that was just Gandalf's wizarding hearing.
I think it was Sauron's magicking.
Christopher Lee has a quite good, had, sorry to say that he's passed away. He was the only guy who ever, fun fact, he was the only who ever met Tolkien as well.
And was stabbed.
And do you know how I profit from all this?
Stabbed by Tolkien?
No, I think...
there was this missing scene where he gets stabbed by Wormtail. Is it Wormtail?
No,
that's Harry Potter. Wormtongue. If you want to...
Regal... What's his name?
A Wormtongue. The guy who stabs him in top of Isengard.
Yeah.
I think the orc could hear him because he was projecting, and as the scene goes backwards over the army, you could still hear him, and the volume never goes down. So it's consistent all the way.
He has a background in musical theatre. So.
And do you know how I profit from capitalism and all this?
Yeah.
I stock up on a load of elvish rope. I start a rock climbing shop, and I sell the elvish rope.
What? Yeah, that you only see this in the extended version.
Yeah, it's so good. I love that bit.
They abseil Frodo and Sam abseil down, and they just pull on the rope, and it just unties itself and comes down. And you think, but how does it know? It's one of
my knots. It's not coming down.
Is the rope going? Do you think now is the time I come loose? I'm going to come loose now.
Rock climbing business. That's how I capitalise on this.
You could do a rock climbing business afterwards.
See.
Also, Lambdas bread is incredibly useful.
Or with the elvish rope, you you set up a shop outside the Black Gate, and you're like, climb Mount Doom with these.
You could get to Mount Doom. Yeah.
There you go.
Or you could just have a shopping cart, and you go all the way around. You take 13 months all the way around the back of Mordor, because I think everyone's in the front of because Mount Doom's there, and Barad-dûr's then there. So all the orcs are ahead of Mount Doom towards Barad-dûr, is the fortress of Barad-dûr. You just come in the back with a snack cart and meet Frodo and Sam. Hi guys, here's some supplies.
Here's a Sainsbury's shopping cart.
You could just be there along the whole journey, moving supplies, caches of food and that for Sam and Frodo.
Like a bread trail, and then they know where to go as well.
And also you go, see that skinny guy? He's no good.
You see that dog?
I don't want to kill him. I know you don't want to kill him, Frodo, but let me just chloroform him, take him away. And this is a map that leads you exactly where you need to go. And that way there's no break.
Yeah, I've drawn it out. There's also a spider in this tunnel.
I've killed it already.
I think the spider's crucial.
You think the spider's crucial?
Yeah. Because how Frodo gets...
They're already in Mordor at that point.
Yeah.
That is a bit of Mordor.
You don't really have to make Sam and Frodo's journey any easier.
No.
Oh, you see that Dobby-looking creature? Hey, Dobby, put some clothes on. Just kill him.
Why hasn't he wearing more different clothes? Like, why is he happy with that loincloth?
Well, because his only concern is the ring, and so he doesn't care. That was very good.
Thank you.
You just got to stop people dying, which means you just help out Rohan and Gondor.
Boromir.
No, I think
I
thought Boromir has to go.
I think I saw a post where it's like, Frodo, give me the ring. No, I'm not going to give it to you. My name is Boromir, not Steelomir.
But I think Boromir has to go. Although it would be quite...
Boromir and Faramir.
It would have been quite fun if, rather than dying, Boromir then goes... all four of them then chase down the other two hobbits, and Boromir lets it go. I suppose you could chloroform Boromir as well. He's about to get the ring, and you go... and then you wake him up. Right, he's gone. You haven't lost your honour. Now go help Aragorn. And he doesn't die.
But then...
Merry and Pippin still get taken. It's fine. Because nothing happens to Merry and Pippin when they get taken.
However, doesn't Boromir take out, like... half the army with 3 arrows in it.
Yeah, but he doesn't need to, does he?
Yeah, well, I think... Okay.
He just doesn't need to do it.
Alright, I'll give it to you.
So save Boromir, go on then, might as well.
Yeah.
And then maybe Boromir will get to Minas Tirith with Gandalf and go, look, Dad...
Dad, you suck!
You need to go into a home now. And I will take over. Yeah.
You know, all the extras in Helm's Deep got t-shirts saying I survived Helm's
Did they?
And they constantly ran into each other in the street going, oh yeah, I was there too, because there were so many of them.
Oh, that's so good.
New Zealand, what a funny little place.
So Scott, I like your plan. The final one.
It took a while to get there.
The other four were terrible.
I still believe I can build a tank.
Nah.
No.
I could.
You don't even know how to build a combustion engine. How do you think tanks move?
Don't know.
Lots of little feet at the bottom with
Flintstones.
Lots of hobbits inside moving it along with their little
little hobbit slaves
with their no shoe. What? It's in some ways there is a bit of industry in. No, you couldn't do it. Why am I entertaining this idea? Anyway,
apologies.
I do like the idea though that you could join the Fellowship of the Ring, or you do these little tiny things here and there to save people along the way. Ben.
I like the idea of keeping Faramir alive, so I will.
You just like Faramir?
I do like Faramir. I like him.
Well, he is alive by the end of it.
Yeah, but like uninjured and all that stuff. Because like Gondor needs all the help that they can get.
I don't think it matters whether or not he's injured or not. He doesn't actually help.
I'm trying to give him a better life here, man.
If you want to give him a better life, you need to take out Denethor.
That's what I'm going to do.
Okay. Poor Denethor.
I don't think you can say poor Denethor when he says, I wish my other son died instead.
That's true.
That's pretty brutal.
And
he tried to set him on fire while he's dead.
Yeah.
While he's still alive.
Well, he didn't know.
And then
when he
runs a mile on fire just to jump off of the cliff.
Well, he wanted to jump off the cliff.
Yeah, but he had a mile on fire.
Well, good for him. That's
Get those calories down.
That's staying power, that is.
I shall die thin!
Oh, I see. Got to get those steps in. No, because he didn't know that he thought Faramir was dead.
Yeah, but when Pippin is
like
saying
he'd been driven
he's
insane.
not dead, and he's literally going...
Was it Pippin?
Yeah. No. Ooh.
Yes, it was Pippin.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was Pippin.
Hang on a minute.
Yes, it was Pippin.
Brandybuck and Perry.
It was.
Yes,
it
it's
was
Perry.
Pippin.
Perry.
I'm not an idiot.
I was thinking from the guy from Lost.
Yes. Wait. Yes, that's Merry.
Yeah, I was thinking of him.
Okay. Well, we're back on track.
Yeah, I think when you've got Pippin telling him, "Oh, he's not dead. Maybe take another look."
Why are you going to listen to this guy?
Oh,
hey, psst, check his pulse.
Check his pulse.
Check his pulse. What is this wizardry?
I just like Denethor is a bad guy, and he's in the way, obviously, but that's not his fault. He just kept looking into the Palantir too much, and Sauron kept showing him things. You don't see that in the film, so there's no real hint about why he's gone mad. I wish they had shown that in some fashion, but it was already a long enough film. Well, that's what you're left to assume, which is a stereotype. That's wrong. You can't stereotype old people like that. Because you get old, you get insane, and you start burning your children. I don't think that's a good thing. That's not a good message.
As in the old days.
They should have implied why he went mad a bit more. So
that would have been interesting.
But I'm just saying you don't need to help Faramir too much.
That's true, yeah.
Because he ends up with Eowyn at the end, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The film sort of implies.
I've read the book.
Yes. Books don't matter in this case, we're doing the films.
You say you're an author, Mark. Come on.
Okay.
Other books are available.
Wow. No, there isn't. Read mine. More on that later. Anyway, so, you know, Faramir thing, what else could you do?
Did it? I'm not entirely certain that there is any way that I could...
Because everything ends up quite nicely.
It ends up really nicely.
Just a lot of dead Gondorians and orcs and that.
Yeah, so... Yeah.
Did we miss any opportunities to save people along the way that we should have saved?
What happened to all those rogue orcs at the end of Return of the King?
I think there's like some appendices in Lord of the Rings which just says there's other wars afterwards, but they're like minor and Aragorn takes care of them and everything like that. You could set up like an orc rehabilitation centre.
So why do you want to become an elf?
Have you been injured at work? And it wasn't your fault.
I don't have any legs, damn it.
You open up a chicken leg business and sell exclusively to orcs. Just the legs of all the animals. That's all you sell to orcs, since they seem to like their legs.
Kentucky Fried Legs.
Because you got to. I feel like if you could. How could you help out the orcs now they got no one?
I don't know, but I personally don't actually like humanising the orcs.
You don't?
No, because I appreciate that they are a species, but I always thought of them as kind of like not necessarily mindless brutes, but primarily that was what they were, and like sure they had personalities, but they were bloodthirst.
In Lord of the Rings is portraying them somewhat as this is just an easy villain to have that the heroes can just wade through for action purposes. So yeah, that's fairly true. It's other things like other books and films take these generic bad guys and make them more like. Although I was about to say Game of Thrones gets around it by just having them being undead creatures with no personality, but I don't know. It's just like it's true what Scott said. There's like thousands of them left over from the fall of like Barad-dûr and Sauron. You think like, what are they gonna do? Like, can I come home with you? No. Like, there's no place for them. But they're just, they want Rings of Power does a good. I think it's a good thing in giving like the orcs like we just want somewhere that's ours. We're sick and tired of being this species that can't come out into the sun.
So naturally, they set off a volcano.
Yeah. Well, that's what you got to do.
Needs must.
Needs must. There you go. And obviously, you got to follow the guy with the fancy jewellery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor orcs. I can't think of a way to help them though because
dirty creatures.
Well, there's not
Rivendell is free now.
Oh, that's true.
There's no elves in there.
Rivendell. Like, I think Elrond is still there though.
Hugo Weaving's just there, and he's like, "All right, yeah, you can come in."
That'd be funny. Like Elrond's still there. Like, why am I sticking around? I gotta do the admin for all these elves leaving, and then those orcs have just moved into my house. They've eaten everything.
Oh, what film does that remind me of?
They've eaten the books. They didn't realise.
Huh?
That reminds me of a film, but I can't remember which film it is.
That's good. Thanks for that anecdote.
That's what I do.
I'm trying to think though. No, I can't think because there's no good orc in Lord of the Rings. They don't show you an orc who's been rehabilitated in any way.
However, the one
how that's possible, I don't know.
The orc in Return of the King that drop kicks another orc out of a window is my favourite.
He's your favourite orc.
He's my favourite orc.
Yeah, that's my shiny shirt. That is. Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's a great orc.
That was, that was a funny scene. It was like my shiny shirt.
I love that scene because there's like the orcs are like they're getting along, and just one little fracas sets them all off. Like it's just like that's how fragile orc society is. That one little argument, they all kill themselves. No, hang on, now that I think about it, there was only one survivor.
No, there was like.
Oh no, there were 3 because Sam.
There was 3, and then Sam killed them all.
Sam, yeah, and then there's 4. I think. I think he kills 3 on the stairwell.
Yeah, he kills 3. And then there's one coming at Frodo, and he's like
stuck pig thing.
Yeah.
So he gets stuck, setting Sam up for a great line. Yeah, and it's just like, how did that happen? I suppose if there's a fight between orcs and Uruk-hai in that Getze, because some of them were Uruk-hai, if there's an even number, they'll all be dead. But if there's slightly few more orcs or slightly more Uruk-hai, they will have one group left over in the end.
But aren't Uruk-hai like worth like 2 orcs, at least?
No, they can just travel in sunlight. Although they are taller, they always seem to be portrayed.
I thought they were taller and stronger.
I guess so. I don't know.
Okay.
My favourite orc, if we're on this now that we're on the subject,
go for it. Yeah.
is actually it's the one who takes a moment just to scream at Aragorn and not do anything about the sword coming through his head in Moria. Like he just stands there going, "Rah!" And then Aragorn takes his head off, and you think you could have moved. Maybe the growling wasn't helping out your cause, and like I think Aragorn telegraphed his move quite substantially. And I suppose I don't know why I just like the fact that he took the time to do that. He's complaining he took a moment to complain to Aragorn, "Why are you here?" in his own language, and then lost his head.
What's your favourite orcs got?
I don't know. I can't think of one.
The one who, for some reasons, half his face is melted, and now he's the leader of the orcs.
The one with the deformed arm.
Yeah. I liked him. That's why I wish he'd had a name as well, because then it would have made more sense that he was this. And you don't see him die in the theatrical cut. You do see him die in the long cut, but you don't see him die. And it's sort of like I wouldn't want to know what happened to him. Also, there was the orc who, for some reason, had a helmet and then another helmet with a head in it on top of his helmet.
Just because.
This is why I like the orcs. They can get away with all kinds of nonsense, stapling their faces. This one's literally with. Okay, tangent to the Hobbit. For some reason, Borg, that the one who Legolas has to take out in the 3rd Hobbit film, it's like got metal, and he's like, "How is this even helpful for you? Didn't this hurt? Isn't like if this metal jingles just a little bit in your body, isn't it going to cut an artery somewhere?" And it's like, but they get through it. You can't say it doesn't work for them.
I can't think of any memorable orc scenes, if I'm honest.
Really?
I'll tell you what must be really cool. Like just those fight. Like imagine being one of those horses charging towards these things with a massive spear, going, "Rah! I'm gonna kill you all."
Yeah, when the Rohirrim run them down.
Yeah, but I love it. But then, how inefficient is this battle strategy?
What do you mean?
Quite inefficient.
Oh well, I watch these things by. I think it's called Business Insider. They do these little things where they get an expert on to rate the scenes, and the guy said, "This is ridiculous. No one does this in medieval warfare. You don't charge at a ranked file like even 2-3 ranks deep of spearmen. You can't charge that down with horses because the horses would get there and go, "Well, wait a minute, I'm not doing this," and then they would veer off. So cavalry doesn't do that. Cavalry chases down fleeing enemies, or you sort of go into the sides of these things and do that.
But still, how inefficient is it? You've got these guys at the back that just sort of just do nothing because everything in front of us has been killed.
That's true.
So pointless.
It's like you. Can I get to the front? I want to do something.
The guy that wakes up 15 minutes like, "Oh, they're all dead." They're all dead.
Likewise, turning around and facing giant elephants. Not the best move by the Rohirrims, I would have thought. Like, reform the line, let's charge them again. If you can just run away. Like, although Aemir took one out.
Yeah.
Those guys were having fun as well.
Yeah.
The guys piloting the elephants, just like, they put so many things through their faces. And lots of war paint. Bad guys having loads of fun.
So, Mark, what would you do? What
would I do in Lord of the Rings? See, I tried to think of different ways that you could destroy the ring quicker, and like I don't think they stack up. You can pick them up, like the thing with it on a mouse or whatever, or drop it in with
put the ring on an arrow and get Legolas to shoot it like as far as he can.
That's so smart.
Into it.
He can't. They don't go that far. You can see his arrows arcing in a relatively short.
When they get to a relative, let's say they get to the Black Gate. I'm sure he can shoot it from there.
I think I could invent a gun in a couple of months.
Well, I can't build a tank.
Well, it's a gun. Yeah, but I know how to do it, don't I?
Mark looks these things up on YouTube.
And probably on a watch list somewhere. By the way, I have to do it because I'm a writer. That's my excuse.
That's why your history's so corrupted.
So I think I could build a gun in 6 months. I'd have to set myself up somewhere like Gondor. That might take some time, so that's not quite...
Wouldn't you do it in the Mines of Moria?
No, because there's a barrel roll.
You should do it
after they've gone.
They're still there. The orcs are still there. I'm not doing that. Other than a battle strategy, I'd just get the ghosts. Aragorn, I know you're going to see those ghosts. When you offer them something, say to them, if you help Frodo get the ring into Mordor, I will hold your oaths fulfilled. Then it's a little bit longer. Nothing can possibly touch Frodo. But they should have kept using those ghosts, and those ghosts could have overrun the Black Gate, and then it would have been absolutely impossible for Sauron to do anything because it's an eye. He doesn't know where the ring is. He's like, "Oh, the whole army's been killed by these ghosts. They can't get me now. They're pepper shaking me. Well, now that they've taken over the fortress, this is irritating. Where's the ring? Why has no one put it on? It's a ring for crying out loud. It's probably I don't know. Or no, that doesn't work either. I was about to say I could go back and stop Deagle from ever finding it, but that wouldn't work either. I'm not entirely sure how the ring would have dealt with that if Deagle hadn't come along. Actually, what else can you do? There are lots of ways to save people.
But
I think
you could probably benefit more by doing evil things. Just kill Frodo.
Well, if I wanted to do evil things, there's so many like
put on the ring. I see. Yes, I see you.
Do you have £1 million? Wait, what can I buy when everything's turned to ash?
More ash.
Do you think you would be able to, I don't think you would be able to. Like, if you could you could get to Mount Doom ahead of time. Frodo walks in, knock him out, take the ring, could you throw it over and you get the heroics? Although no one would ever believe you. Why am pointless.
I think the point of that bit is that the ring is so powerful and corrupting that nobody could willingly let go of it, which is why, like, Bilbo, when he's got the ring right in the Fellowship, he can't actually drop it. He has to turn his hand so that it falls off.
Plus, he's miles away from it, like Mount Doom. It's more powerful the closer it gets.
Yeah, so like its hold on the user is so powerful that you wouldn't be able to willingly drop it.
Because here's the thing: let's say that Gollum hadn't shown up. If Gollum hadn't shown up and Sam had managed to knock out Frodo and take the ring off, you could say that well Sam hasn't been carrying this ring for that long, so surely he could throw it over. Then you forget that Isildur was not far from Mount Doom when he took the ring, and it got him in a few minutes, and he couldn't.
But he is a man.
Yeah, I suppose. But there was a point in the film where Sam couldn't give up the ring. It was really difficult for him to do that. I just, there might be ways to steal the ring from Shire and get it there differently, but I don't know what they are. You can't build a plane and fly over. You got to worry about fell beasts and stuff like that. There's no real way. There's no time travel in Lord of the Rings. There's no way going back in time and dealing with it.
So why did?
But I could easily become a servant of Sauron if I wanted.
So why did Baggins give up the ring in the first place? He was quite happy there for 60 odd years. Nothing happened to him.
Well, like Ben said, I didn't realise there is a bit of thing about him tipping it up rather than handing it off. I also think that it's not as powerful on hobbits.
No, because
plus hobbits
the worst
take copious amounts of weed, so they're chill. They're chill about the whole thing.
Don't smoke, guys.
Yeah, don't. We're not advertising that. I know Tolkien is. He seems to think that hobbits live the best life.
No, so I think the point is that the hobbits represent the everyman, and they don't want power. They just want peace, and so the worst thing that the ring.
Comforts of home.
The worst thing that the ring can do to a hobbit.
And get drunk.
Yeah.
The worst thing that the ring can do to a hobbit is what it did to Gollum. Is just make it seem like it's very valuable and he doesn't want to lose it.
Addicted to it.
Not necessarily to use it for power, but just because it's very precious.
Yeah. Yeah.
It seems like a great hair loss program. If you want to lose your hair really quickly, just hold the ring.
It took 500 years.
So hold the ring for 500 years.
500 years, you lose all your teeth. You have to eat raw fish. I could not be Gollum. There's no one at least like to me.
You'll probably relate most to a dwarf.
Would you do something? Here's the thing: if you were Sauron, what would you do differently?
If I was Sauron,
and you don't know where the ring is, though, So you're Sauron as in Lord of the Rings. Could you do anything different to win?
Sorry,
let's say you're Sauron. You're an eye.
At the start of Lord of the Rings.
At the start of when Frodo is sitting in the Shire, you're Sauron in top of Barad-dûr.
I thought you were talking about like the war at the beginning.
No.
I just hit the mace down instead of reaching for him.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Why did he reach out? That's what. Hey, buddy.
Let me help you up.
Why did you do that? Oh, sorry, I killed your dad.
Yes, my condolences.
Why was he reaching down to Isildur? Doesn't make sense.
Maybe he was going to pick him up and he was going to hold his dead corpse over the entire ground to be like...
Maybe he wanted the sword.
See your king.
Maybe he wanted his wallet. But if you're Sauron, can you do anything differently?
Send a massive army of orcs to the Shire.
No, but let's say you don't know where the ring is. You don't know any... Unlike us now, we have hindsight. Do you think as Sauron there was a different tactic you could have done?
I send them to the Shire anyway.
Actually, I suppose that's a good point. Shire Baggins, you go... I'll send those 9 really standout horse riders. Do you know what? 1,000 orcs. Can you just go to the? Oh no, because Rohan wouldn't let 1,000 orcs. How did the ring wraiths get through Rohan, Gondor, and all that just to get to the Shire? You think? Maybe, I suppose they'd avoid them.
Yeah. Maybe they flew part of the way and then landed. Maybe they turned into the horses and the.
I don't know.
And the things.
We don't know that. So we can't do that.
I'd tell Saruman. Hey, can you make sure to lock Gandalf up rather than leave him on the top of the tower? You mug.
Build me an army worthy of Mordor and
a cage,
and then chain the wizard up. You idiot. Also, tell me that recipe for gunpowder. That would be really helpful. Yeah. There we go.
I set the Smurfs' house on fire.
Oh, before we... What? Now you're bringing Smurfs into it. Anyway, before we...
I was referring to the Hobbits as Smurfs.
Oh, I see.
I thought it was funny.
No,
okay.
It wasn't funny.
It is funny.
I found great offence.
I think we'll... you don't know this. Ben is really blue.
It's
got bad circulation.
Oh, I thought it was lacking oxygen.
Anyway, we always finish, before we do plugs, is to talk about a what-if question at the heart of Lord of the Rings. So the what-if question is, what if there was an evil ring that needed to be destroyed, and then you invent hobbits and goblins and orcs and stuff like that. But I'm going to do it slightly differently, okay? I once read this theory from a website called Cracked, and YouTube channel, which said that isn't it weird that surely the orcs and Sauron are actually the good guys, and they made this. I don't think it's right. It doesn't really work for Lord of the Rings. I think it's clear to say that the orcs and Sauron are terrible people and should not be let out. But I was thinking, it's always in these films you have your knights in shining armor kind of situation, and your creatures who stand in for like just pure evil, and there's a dark wizard who's just pure evil. But couldn't you do a story where it looks like the people you think all these knights in shining armor are actually the bad people, and these dark people are actually good, and you could actually weave a story where it's like that. Everyone starts the story thinking of, well, those orcs and that dark wizard, because they're dressed in black with armor and spikes, and they live in terrible places, and they can't speak good English, or they're cannibals. We'll fudge that a little bit, but surely they must be bad. But these people who have immaculate armor that fits them perfectly, they have all the good stuff, all the best food, they live in palaces and wonderful shires. Surely they're the good guys. But when you think about it, wait a minute. Aren't these guys the poor, impoverished guys who have the worst stuff and are trying to make a better life for themselves? And here you have the trust fund and privileged billionaires with the white towers and whatever, loads of horses, lovely lands, and you could twist the film midway into going, oh yeah, actually that guy who we think is a Dark Lord is actually he's helping the little guy, the orc.
Yeah, you could hypothetically do that. I think it would be. It would be difficult for it to do, rather to have it not seem like bait and switch, or like a kind of subverting expectations.
Yes,
you'd need to.
Well, the thing is, when you watch Lord of the Rings, you realise that the good guys talk in very general terms. Like, he's evil. He'll cover the land in darkness and shadow. But if it means taking away all their wealth and privileges and giving it to this poor impoverished orcs, it would seem like it's covering they're generalizing what they're talking about. Oh, yeah. But what they really mean is actually shows they're the bad guys. And if the poor, we're taking over the world and we're gonna redistribute all this wealth to us. And I see where you're going with that kind of thing.
That's a good idea, Mark.
Interesting.
Put it in a book.
I will. And they pointed out in this other thing that Sauron, he only comes out at the last minute to help the orcs in that battle at the very beginning of Lord of the Rings. So he's their last chance. So that's clearly a good guy move. If he was a bad guy move, he'd be out front straight away, swinging that mace.
Yeah.
High-fiving Isildur. Maybe that's what he was going for. He was going for a high five. I just killed your dad.
Good fight, man.
You're king now. My foot! What do you do that for?
That's my good hand.
Also, he had plenty of time to pick up the ring
and catch it on.
Yeah,
with
put it
the
back
other
on.
hand.
Before, why did he explode?
Why did he go like this? Ah!
Yeah, he did that, and then he stands still for a good 6 seconds.
I mean, he does explode.
Yeah, but I'm sure he had loads of time to drop his mace, scoop up the ring, and go.
Why does he explode?
I don't know. I think it's because he's separated from it.
Because he's filled with gunpowder.
He knew how to make it.
So I'm going to ingest 1,000 tons of it.
Would you do anything different with the story that I've envisioned?
I think that's a good idea, Mark.
You think it's just a good idea?
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, there you go. Someone or myself write that story of how you write a story where it seemed... I see it, and now that I'm doing that, this is like Shrek. Now that I think about it. It's like the obvious bad guy who's actually the good guy and the Prince Child. No, but do it Lord of the Rings
Shrek
style.
Montage.
he was on the ball from the very beginning.
See.
But I think you could just make that story.
I have foresight.
Almost
the
like
gift
that
of
was
foresight.
scripted.
It wasn't. Was it? I can't
I
remember.
don't know.
I don't have a bit of paper to scrunch up, so it's not going to work.
Hey, let's math class instead.
No, leave that alone. Right, guys, thank you for contributing to this episode, obviously, and go write that book idea. Someone or myself will do it.
We'll give it to you for commission.
As long as you, I don't know, get us loads of likes and shares, we'll be happy.
Commission.
£1 million.
Yeah,
£1 million.
Whichever one.
I won't turn that down.
I won't.
Why are you getting the £4 million?
Huh?
Why are you getting all the £1 million by yourself?
Because I killed you both.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's see where this is going. Ben, do you have anything to plug?
Upstairs Studios.
I don't think he deserves it.
I don't think he deserves it. No, let's move on. Anyway.
I believe I took over the 8th plot at one point, so I can do it again.
Yes, but you gave it back.
Yes, because I'm a kind-hearted soul.
You just said that you'd kill both of us to get your hands on the £1 million. That we were commissioned. I switched. Okay.
Wow.
Yes, Upstairs Studios, go watch my videos, and I hope to be uploading again soon.
Cool. Thank
Or
you.
don't we can't control you.
Myself, I've obviously got the books.
You
Scott,
don't have anything to plug,
you never have anything to plug.
I don't have anything.
You need to start something that we can plug for.
Start a YouTube channel and do a gaming channel, then we can have all three.
Yeah.
No, I don't do gaming.
You did.
I'm no good at games.
Once.
Well, you don't have to be good at them.
No.
You could be a
funny.
bad. You could be a bad.
Oh, that's not going to be good.
A bad YouTube gamer who constantly dies right at the beginning. You can't get out of the intro. No, what's it called? The tutorial. You keep dying. This guy can't get out of the tutorial of anything.
I didn't know you could die in this game.
But somehow you managed it. Yeah, do that, Scott. That'd be different.
We'll see.
I don't
Mark,
know.
What about you?
Oh, I have plenty of books. They're showing up on the screen now. Plus 2 picture books. So please go check any of those out. Stolen Futures, Half Human.
We can't control you.
Yeah, I can't. Go read. At least go read, because if you do read, you get slightly more intelligent than if you just spend all your time on, I don't know, YouTube. So
read or turn out like Ben. So
read or watch the rest of our videos.
Yes,
true.
Good.
We're the most intelligent people on YouTube. So listen to us.
Scott doesn't listen to a lot of people on YouTube. It's not like people with degrees or YouTube.
Don't listen to them.
It's not like professional psychologists or anything like that.
Yeah. It's all malarkey.
It's all malarkey. It's good to be back, guys. We'll have to think of another film to do again in the future. And yeah, have a good...
I'll
say goodbye, chaps.
Bye-bye.
Scott.
Goodbye.
Have a good... Bye, guys. Bye. You could interrupt it, suckers.
Wow.
You couldn't interrupt it, you muppets.
Have a good morning, afternoon.
Hope
to see you next time.
Anyway, the sound you hear is them being thrown into Mount Doom. Actually, he didn't scream though, did he?
No, he was content. Actually,
there was a one clink as he cradled the ring.
I thought we ended this episode.
I know, but I just had this to say. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching and listening, etc.
For goodness sake, turn it off.